League of Legends is dying, or League of Legends is dead, or LOL esports is dead is something you've heard probably time and time again over the past couple of years, and oftentimes throughout the entire life cycle of League of Legends or League of Legends esports or whatever. And it's something that I even have caught myself, worrying about or thinking about or saying probably from time to time, especially, LEC, LCS fans. I'm sure things have been definitely worse and better at certain times or certain areas or certain periods. I know the LCS has gone through booms and busts and good splits and good years and bad years of broadcast and production and all this stuff. And I know recently, maybe the LEC has even had some of their own issues, and the LEC has definitely gone up and down, and people have been more and less interested in LOL esports or the future of LOL esports or the direction that things were headed, because maybe the game's getting less popular, maybe the esports side is unsustainable, maybe the results of your favorite teams or leagues, they suck so bad that you don't want to watch anymore, all this stuff. But there is a lot of good news going on with Worlds right now, and there are a lot of signs pointing to the health and the longevity of League of Legends esports, and a lot of awesome things that I think Riot and the teams and the whole ecosystem in general of League of Legends esports is doing, that shows that I do think that LOL esports will probably be around for a very, very long time and be a behemoth that might even continue to grow. Right here, we did see Sheep Esports tweeting this out with the data from esports charts that G2 T1 was the match with the highest peak viewers at Worlds 2024 so far, with 3,015,398 viewers, which has been absolutely insane. And obviously, this is a hype matchup. It's two of the most popular teams in the world. It's two insane organizations, and it's an intense rivalry that there's some trash talk, there's some mutual respect, but there's also the possibility of both of these teams winning, especially this year, where obviously G2 is the number one seed from the LEC, but T1 is the number 4 seed from the LCK, and it seems like T1 and Faker might be a little bit more beatable and whatever. And the crazy thing about this is this was a 2-0 series, and yes, game 2 was very hype and it was close and it was exciting, but this isn't even a series that went 3 games. And if G2 would have put up a little bit more of a fight or got that Baron and closed out that game and went to game 3, this could have exploded even further. And I think this is a great sign. This is an East versus a West team, and this is great. 3 million viewers for World is very, very insane. And again, we are still in the Swiss stage. We still have the quarterfinals. We still have the semis, the championship, the rest of the knockout stage. We still have the rest of the Swiss stage, and the Swiss stage ending is going to be very, very crazy. There's going to be teams eliminated. There's going to be teams advancing. Also, I know it talks about this in the article. We're going to take a look at in a second as well, but T1 still being in the tournament is a huge thing. People love T1. People love Faker. People love the allure and the aura around him and this team and seeing what they're going to be able to do. There's so many people that want to see them win, want to see them lose. But to me, this is obviously a very, very great sign. And World's viewership has been pretty strong and pretty healthy throughout. No matter what teams are playing. You have DK versus TES, a China versus Korea matchup. That's very exciting. Viewers are tuning in. You have FlyQuest against HLE. FlyQuest isn't like the most insane brand or the most insane organization in the world or anything like that. They've obviously been a great team from NA this year. They have some popular players. But 1.9 million viewers for HLE against FlyQuest. A Korean team against an NA team that really they should be able to dominate and beat around and stuff, but FlyQuest did make this series competitive. It goes to game 3 and it puts up 1.9 million viewers. That's so exciting. That is so awesome. And then you have WBG Fnatic. Fnatic's a very popular organization going up against a Chinese really, really strong team. 1.7 million. You have TL against GAM, a NA team that obviously as a regional, a lot of people don't respect NA or think that much of them or whatever, against a Vietnamese team, and still you put up 1.9 million viewers. To me, that is so exciting. That is so cool. That is so crazy. There is this article over on escharts.com that says, talks a little bit about this G2T1. There's some takeaways I want to have from this. Worlds 2024 reached 3 million viewers. Koreans made up for the outflow of Brazilian and Spanish audiences, so that's obviously a great sign. 2024 Worlds had over 3 million concurrent viewers, breaking the record for group stage viewership during the highly anticipated match between T1 and G2. A major factor behind the increase in viewership is a Korean audience whose enthusiasm surged with the resumption of the Swiss stage. So obviously maybe T1, dropping some matches, having to advance a little bit further in Swiss stage, added something to this. Also, I think the Swiss stage format in general, again, I talked about how Riot is making some changes You know, we've seen like the LCS make a bunch of format changes and do a bunch of things. Obviously, we have the Americas League coming out next year. I'm so curious to see how that's going to affect viewership and the health of the overall esports ecosystem in the West. You have the LEC that makes format changes all the time, trying out different things, experimenting. Some things work, some things don't. And then you have the Swiss stage at Worlds, which I put out a poll on this YouTube channel the other day asking if you guys like the groups or the Swiss stage better, and it was overwhelming that people do like the Swiss stage format better. It makes every single game matter. There's no meaningless games. There's no group of death. There's no group of life. Yes, obviously you can have good and bad matchups, but you have the draw show at the end of every day that's so interesting and so exciting, keeps everyone glued. Then you have the actual matches themselves. You have best of ones. You have best of threes. You know, you're not being eliminated on a stupid best of one cheese pick or one bad game or one bad day or anything like that anymore. So people definitely like the Swiss stage. It makes every game, every matchup hype, and that definitely added to this. And then also getting a best of three between G2 and T1 is obviously very cool as well. And obviously, I'm sure the broadcast is not disappointed about that. Their support played a crucial role in offsetting the decline in viewership from Brazilian and Spanish broadcasts with the elimination of Pain Gaming and Mad Lions Koi. Obviously, two very, very popular, big fan bases, big teams, all that stuff in the Brazilian and Spanish-speaking communities. Not Brazilian-speaking, but Brazilian communities and then the Spanish communities. World 24 Championship, I thought this was very interesting as well, and this is also something people have been talking about on Twitter and Reddit all over the place. The fact that the YouTube stream has come such a long way. During this match between T1 and G2, the YouTube stream peaked at 1.4 million, with Twitch only peaking at about 1.1 million. You have the Korean peak, the English peak, the Vietnamese peak, which the English peak is very, very close to the Korean viewership, so that's also, I think, a great sign for the West and the English-speaking communities. But for so long, Twitch was so dominant and so massive. I've been watching on YouTube for years now. Again, I think the YouTube experience is so much better. Being able to, like pause, rewind, having so much more control over. It's just a better player. It's a better viewer experience. I don't know. I have loved the YouTube streams. I've been watching LCS, LEC, and Worlds and MSI and everything on YouTube for so long. I'm just on YouTube more in general than I'm on in Twitch, so maybe that has something to do with it. But I do think the viewership experience is way better, and more people are seeing that. We're seeing people leave Twitch and go over to YouTube, and I think YouTube in general is also helping grow probably the esports and stuff a little bit, because YouTube has a huge viewership base, way, way, way bigger than Twitch. YouTube is magnitude larger of a website than Twitch, so I think that's a good sign as well. But I did think that was pretty interesting. After the exit of Pain and MDK, Portuguese and Spanish viewership took a significant hit, dropping by 36 and 73%. However, the matches FlyQuest and HLE and Top Esports and D+ attracted larger audience on the English and Korean streams, with Korean viewership soaring by 148%. On October 11th, fans tuned in for one of the most anticipated matches of Swiss, T1 and G2. Here they say that this is the second most popular T1 versus G2 match ever, which is pretty crazy. Their most viewed matchup being 2019 Worlds, which I believe was a semifinals best of 5, which is 4 million viewers. That's awesome. But this one being the second most popular, and again, this is just Swiss stage. This isn't even knockout. So if we do get T1 against obviously G2 still has a chance of making out. We do have TL or FlyQuest making out to the quarterfinals. If we get some hype matchups there, we could see some really crazy viewership. And of course, if T1 makes it to the finals or makes it to the semis or whatever, we're gonna have crazy viewership in that as well. But it's not like league viewership is dying. It's not like league viewership is dead. It's not like Worlds is dead. It's not like the hype is gone or the hype is lost. This article was from Dimitro Mirko. I thought it was really, really cool, really great read. But also you can see here that Worlds over time, 2017, 2018, we had around 2 million peak. 2019, 2020, 2021, around a 4 million peak. 2022, we hit a 5 million peak. 2023, we hit a 6.4 million peak. Now, I don't know in 2024 if we're going to break that or smash that or get close to it or eclipse it or whatever. But I think we're going to be somewhere close. But you can see for the past 6-7 years, viewership at Worlds, the peak viewership has been slowly increasing. We've been hitting new and new heights, and I think that is still trending in that direction. We're still headed there. Obviously, it depends. I think single year-to-year trends don't really matter that much. It depends on the teams, the matchups, the narratives, all that stuff. But the general trend over time is still growing. Yes, maybe the West still has a lot of things to figure out in terms of their broadcast or their sustainability or their salaries, and esports still has a ton of issues. But League of Legends esports, I think, is in a very, very good spot right now. I think the future is bright. I think the future is exciting. And I don't think any of us have to worry about Worlds or League of Legends or any of these teams or any of the exciting games and matches and the esport that we love going anywhere anytime soon. And I actually think things are going to continue to get better and better from here. And to me, that's so exciting. And I can't wait for all the different leagues and Riot and all these things to keep making improvements and keep experimenting and trying things. And I think we're going to keep finding things that stick. But yeah, just an exciting time to be a League of Legends fans. I thought the 3 million viewership for the T1 versus G2 series was super exciting. Wanted to share that with you guys. Of course, as always, our Worlds coverage and off-season coverage and everything on this YouTube channel is powered by Holy. Make sure you guys go check out that first link in the description below. Use discount code SE5 to get a nice little discount on great tasting energy drinks that also just so happen to be healthier than the competition. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.